Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here and welcome to Olivine City where the Steel type Carbons are hosting the Akala capsules and the Carbons are looking to get themselves back into an Elite 4 position after dropping down into 5th place earlier in this round, whereas the Akala capsules are just looking to end their 4-game losing streak and keep their season alive. So let us know in the comments below who you think will win this one. Will it be the Steel types? Will it be the Rock types? Let's go! That is right, the Akala Capsules have lost their last 4 games. They are currently in 15th place as they send out Avalugg and Iron Thorns. It will be Goodra and Orthworm on the side for the 11 Carbons, and immediately Iron Thorns with the Psyshock going for Orthworm here. And Goodra and Avalugg are both in their Hisuian forms as Orthworm going with the Spark onto Avalugg here. Doesn't do a great deal of damage, but it has left Avalugg paralyzed. Now it's already a pretty slow Pokemon, but it may be unable to move as Goodra follows it up with the Blast Burn, and Avalugg is eliminated, capitalizing on that part Ice type. And Avalugg is taken out of this match, and out in its place comes Lycanroc in its Dusk form, immediately going for the Aerial Ace onto Orthworm. Not very effective here, and Iron Thorns is going to follow it up with the Dream Eater, but no one's asleep on the field, so it isn't going to affect Orthworm here, who is able to respond with the Hydro Cannon. Super effective there onto Iron Thorns, who is still in this matchup, and Goodra has to recharge after that very impressive Blast Burn. Lycanroc looking to capitalize, goes with the Headlong Rush. Super effective hit, and Orthworm is eliminated. Lycanroc has cut into its defense and special defense to do so, but gets a crucial elimination here because it did not want to let the Olivine Carbons build the momentum as the shift gear now from Iron Thorns. It is going to give itself a real big speed boost, but the speed advantage is already on the side of the Akala Capsules. It also gets the attack boost there as the Tickle from Goodra is going to make Iron Thorns chuckle away here and cut into its physical stats. Keeping in mind, Iron Thorns has a base 134 attack, as out comes Chestnut for the Olivine Carbons, and it is going to Terrasilize into a Steel type Pokemon. It's going to shed that fighting and grass typing that it has and takes on this form, and it has been doing fantastic this season as the terrestrial Pokemon for the Olivine Carbons. Now Iron Thorns with that speed boost has set up a rain dance, so it does start to rain. Now I don't know if the Akala Capsules would like being out in the rain, as the tea time now from Lycanroc making the field of play slow down a little so that every Pokemon can chow into their Leopard Berry, as every Pokemon in the PokeType League does hold a Leopard Berry. And whilst that is happening, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a like, share, subscribe, help us trying to get to 251 subscribers, and we can complete that Johto Dex as Chestnut chows down on its Leopard Berry, and the play continues. Chestnut going with the Present onto Lycanroc. Not very effective, but that gets a really good hit, and Goodra is going to follow it up by setting up the Electric Terrain. If we see a Thunder on the field right now, it will be fantastic to see what type of damage that can do, as that Cork Drive of Iron Thorns is going to heighten its attack. It has been activated, and Iron Thorns going with the Haze. It doesn't go on the offensive, but it will be terrifying to see what it could do to the Olivine Carbons, as all stat changes have been eliminated. It's just lost its own speed boost, and the Tail Whip from Lycanroc is going to lower the defenses of the Steel type Pokemon on the field here. Chestnut though looking to respond, going with the Blast Burn. We saw this earlier, this time going for Lycanroc, and Lycanroc tanks that hit. It's not very effective. Goodra follows it up though with the Twister, hitting both Iron Thorns and Lycanroc. They've just become easy targets, and Lycanroc responds with the Whirlpool onto Goodra. Not very effective, but it will trap it in that watery vortex, and it will do continuous damage as Iron Thorns follows it up with the Thrash. It's going to thrash about, doing massive damage to Goodra for that not very effective move, but that gooey ability will lower the speed of Iron Thorns as Chestnut has to recharge from the Blast Burn. Goodra looking to do its bit, going with the Air Slash, and Iron Thorns is able to hold on after that not very effective attack. And there is Goodra feeling the effects of that Whirlpool. Lycanroc looking to capitalize, going with the Icicle Spear. This multi-hit move going for Chestnut. It's not going to do much damage, but if it can get all 5, it will actually make for a very good hit. And it does get all 5 of that not very effective attack, but like I said, getting all 5 made it much better. Chestnut though responds with the Gunk Shot, and it takes Iron Thorns out of this matchup with that not very effective move. It didn't get to capitalize on that heightened attack, and Goodra now with the round onto Lycanroc. Lycanroc's able to hold on though from that not very effective move, barely, as Gudra's still trapped in this whirlpool, still feeling the effects of it, and out comes Arcanine in its Hisuian form, so it is a fire rock type, and with that Intimidate ability it will lower the physical attack stats of both Gudra and Chestnut. Lycanroc still with the speed advantage, going for the Eerie Impulse. Onto the pseudo legendary, it is going to lower that special attack of Gudra a great deal, and it's followed up by Arcanine going with the brick break onto Chestnut. Chestnut's able to hold on after that super effective move, but barely, and it's going to respond with the pain split onto Lycanroc. Barely a change because both these two Pokemon are so close to being eliminated, and Gudra follows it up with the focus energy. It will be getting pumped here on the field, and we'll see if it can capitalize on that as the rain does stop over the field, and Gudra is still feeling the effects of this Whirlpool. This Whirlpool is so close to taking it out of the matchup, and the electricity has also disappeared. Lycanroc though, with the Fell Stinger onto Gudra, not very effective, but effective enough to take the pseudo legendary out of this matchup. It levels the playing field at 4 Pokemon aside. Arcanine could get a huge play here as Lycanroc gets an attack boost. And here is Arcanine going with the Baby Doll Eyes. It doesn't go on the offensive. Instead, it cuts into Chestnut's attack stat, but Chestnut is going to respond, going with the Stun Spore, and it will leave Lycanroc paralyzed here. This is going to slow it down, but it could also prevent it from moving, as out comes Corviknight for the Olivine Carbids. And Arcanine now going with the Roar of Time onto Chestnut, making sure that it will not get past this turn. Chestnut has been eliminated, and the Akala Capsules have just taken the lead over the Olivine Carbons. Corviknight though is going to respond immediately with the Bullet Seed, going for Arcanine here, trying to capitalize on that part rock typing, but that fire typing will prevent it from being super effective. This multi-hit move has hit 3 times. It will only get 3 connections on that, as Lycanroc shakes off its paralysis, going for the Rock Throw. Great hit there onto Corviknight, as out comes Lucario for the Olivine Carbons, and Arcanine having to recharge from that Roar of Time allows Lucario to go with the Dig. It's going to bury its way underground. Whoever this hits, it'll be super effective, and you have to think it will get the elimination. But first, Corviknight with the Spirit Shackle, going for Arcanine here. Gets a good hit, also making it so Arcanine can no longer escape. Lycanroc shakes off its paralysis yet again, going for the Smog, but Lucario avoids that attack. And Arcanine with the Petal Blizzard, but Lucario still underground, avoids that attack, but it hits Lycanroc. Super effective on its own teammate. Lycanroc's eliminated. It wasn't very effective on Corviknight, but Lucario is going to hit that Dig, and when it does, it should eliminate Arcanine. And it does, and just like that, the Olivine Carbons have taken back the lead. There are now only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Akali Capsules. Corviknight has no one it can hit as it goes for that Sacred Sword, so it does fail. Now out comes Spiritomb for the Akali Capsules, and it will be joined by Dreadnought. And the reason Spiritomb's on this field is because it's the terrestrial Pokemon for the Akali Capsules, and it has that pressure ability that it will be exerting over the Steel types. But Spiritomb taking on that fantastic Rock Crown, taking this spectacular form on the field. We'll see if it can have a good impact in this matchup though, because the Akali Capsules are holding their own, but Lucario looking to prevent that going. It is going to ride that Surf. Super effective on Spiritomb, not super effective due to the water typing of Dreadnought, who goes for that Wish, wishing that the Akali Capsules will end their 4-game losing streak. As the Sing from Corviknight, Dreadnought is able to avoid that attack, and Spiritomb going with the Minimize. It is going to boost its evasiveness, and if you can't hit your target, you cannot get the elimination. Lucario with the Aurora Beam is unable to hit Spiritomb. That is the perfect example, as Dreadnought now with the Double Team also going to boost its evasiveness as well. The Akala Capsules know exactly what they're doing here, as Corviknight with the Psyblade will be able to connect with Spiritomb here. Spiritomb is still in this matchup, but it's an easy target already, going with the Seismic Toss onto Lucario. A great hit there as Dreadnought's wish does come true, getting it back to full strength. And Lucario now goes with the Flatter, and it will be putting that Flatter onto Dreadnought, which is going to leave it confused, but it does give it a special attack boost in doing so. Dreadnought really needs to shake off this confusion, otherwise it runs the risk of doing damage to itself, but it does shake it off, and it is going to go for the Dragon Rush, but Lucario is able to get out of the way and dodge that attack. This opens the door for Corviknight to go with the Smog, hitting Spiritomb for not very effective damage, practically doing nothing, as Spiritomb is going to respond with the Skitter Smack, going for Lucario here. Not very effective as well. Lucario tanks that hit, but it does have its special attack stat lowered as now it will go with the Magnet Rise, so it is going to levitate due to this electromagnetism, which could be fantastic for Lucario if it's able to avoid ground type moves, but Dreadnought has already snapped out of its confusion, going with the Take Heart on the field here. It is going to boost its special attack, so that's the second special attack boost it's gotten, and it gets a special defense boost as well. Corviknight though with the Dazzling Gleam, trying to hit both rock tops, but Dreadnought avoids that attack. Spiritomb, however, unable to get out of the way of the move, is eliminated from this matchup. Dreadnought has 3 Steel type Pokemon to contend with as that Sunshine comes back out over the field when the Terrestrial Pokemon leaves, and Lucario immediately trying to set up a substitute, cutting into its health, but that substitute will take damage for Lucario, which could be fantastic because that means Lucario will not be eliminated until that substitute is off the field. The speed swap from Dreadnought, switching its speed with Lucario, and we get the Mystical Fire from Corviknight. Very little damage being done to Dreadnought, heavily resisting it, but does have its special attack lowered. Dreadnought though does respond with the Thunderfang. It is trying to get the substitute off the field here as the substitute takes the damage for Lucario, and it does fade, so Lucario comes back out into its place, and it is going to respond with the Whirlpool. Now this isn't going to do a great deal of damage to Dreadnought at first, but because it's become trapped in this vortex, it will do continuous passive damage as the Torch Song from Corviknight is avoided by Dreadnought. Remember, it did boost its evasiveness earlier with that double team, but there is that Whirlpool doing the chip damage to Dreadnought. Dreadnought now with the Sludge Bomb, but the Steel types are immune to Poison type moves, so it will not affect Corviknight. Lucario looking to capitalize, is going to set up a Solar Blade. It's going to absorb the light on this turn. This will do massive damage to Dreadnought, and Corviknight throwing out the Worry Seed, and Dreadnought does have a lot to worry about because it is quad weak. Its strong durability just became Insomnia, but I would be worried if I was Dreadnought, not because of the Whirlpool, but knowing that that Solar Blade is coming my way. And it goes for the Water Pledge. It does eliminate Corviknight from this matchup. That is what Dreadnought needs. It also needs to avoid this attack, as Lucario is going to go for the Solar Blade, and it brings it down hard onto Dreadnought, and that super effective move gets the elimination. The Olivine Carbons have gotten their 9th win of the season, and they will move themselves back into that crucial Elite Four position, whereas the Rock Types get their 5th loss in a row, and they do stay in 15th place, as next round they will be taking on the Moss Deep Mystics, whereas the Olivine Carbons next round will be taking on the Luminous Glitches. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.